All right, we are going to do something really cool in Perplexity. We're going to set up our own space that is constantly learning based on Fathom transcripts. All right. So we're thinking about a little brand exercise for ourselves. So I'm going to call this the OSnap brand space. You can add files here that it will just continue to reference for the work here. So we're going to click this add links, and in Enterprise, you have this connector files button. So we are going to hit add files, Google Drive, and we are going to pen this OS brand transcripts directory. Okay. So hit select, and now it's going to take a second. Here it is complete. So OS brand transcripts, if I go into Google Drive, it is completely empty. I'll refresh. No trickery here. It's an empty directory. Cool. So right now, there's nothing to it. What we are going to do is go into Zapier. We're going to create a new Zap. You can use AI. I'm just going to build it the old fashioned way. So we're going to start with Fathom because that's our AI note taker. We are going to choose a new trigger, which in our case is a new transcript. We are going to trigger on my meetings as opposed to team meetings. And then we are going to test this. Let's see, is this the meeting I want? Yep, the OS brand chat recap. So we're going to use this record. So this is where you get some interesting opportunities for scaling and thinking about the way you want to do this. Essentially, like if you use a naming structure for your meetings, you could use a filter to kind of push things in a specific way. Let's pretend we're doing that. You'd ultimately use a lookup table. We're not going to jump into that, but we'll make it work. So we're going to say if the meeting title contains OS brand, oops, don't know why that was in all caps. Let's move forward. But if you have, client A, client B, product A, product B, whatever it might be, you could use this to kind of push things in the right Google Drive folder, which we'll get to in a second. So this meeting title aligns with that. Our Zap would have continued. We'll hit continue here. Now we're going to jump into Google Docs. And this is where the fun part begins. So action event. We are going to create a doc from text. We're going to select the right account, which in this case, it's my OSnap. We are going to configure this now. So the document name, I want to do that as the meeting title. And then let's just use the meeting start time. So it's going to make sure you have unique file names just in case you have like a recurring meeting or something like that, right? Like, product A weekly stand up. So then we are just going to append the plain text transcript here. We're going to pick the right location in Drive, which is OSnap. The folder is not the root and right there. So we're not worried about any of this other stuff. We are going to hit continue here. We're going to test the step. And if we jump back over to this OS brand transcripts tab and refresh, ta-da, OS brand chat with the date. Cool. So that did exactly what we wanted it to do. Let's go back to the brand space. So right off the bat, you'll see that there is now one source here. So that's the file that we just added, which is pretty cool. And then make sure in your sources also that you remove the web search. So it searches specifically in your Google Drive directory in this case. You see that's enabled here. So one of the things that I talked about was buying a font that I really liked. So what font did Dimitri buy? It's investigating. Dimitri bought a font called Flapjack, which is spot on. That's exactly it. So now, like, what colors are they thinking for the brand? So again, dark blue, ultraviolet, purple. That's obviously where we are right now. We love it. We're not actually going away from it. But point being, it's all right here. So anything you talk about can be used. And so, within this Zap now, essentially, if you publish it, any transcript that comes in, especially if it meets the filter conditions, it will just create a doc. It'll go right into your directory in Google Drive. It will then update within your brand space. And now you have just like a constantly growing space, GPT, whatever you need.